great man in the 1820s might have said, "These Stirling engines are truly brilliant new technologies. Automation? What amazing! This is the real future," and probably rambled on about British colonization and their industrial power. I'm not too sure how this is going to turn out since I haven't written a script or such for this topic, but Stirling engines are really cool, and I quite like them. So, getting to the point, the Stirling engine was invented by Robert Stirling, who lived and died in the British Empire. The years, 1790 to 1828. Now, the Stirling engine was developed in 1816 and was meant to replace the haphazard steam turbines of its day, since those unfortunately had a tendency to combust in your face and kill you. So, let's take this as an example. So, let's say you got a nice progressive 19th century job working in a dreary factory making only 10.4 grams of silver a day, or 2 silver shillings. Then all of a sudden, the engine you've been working on blows up in your face, and you don't have insurance because it's a lot of money, so that kind of sucks, don't you think? Well, that is very true. But it explodes due to the high pressures inside the steam tank, which is a real hazard. But it also is a real shame, since I personally think steam engines are actually pretty cool too. The Stirling engine was in general more powerful than the steam engines of the day, were less likely to explode, because they use hot air instead of pressurized steam. So now let's move on to the functions of the Stirling engine. So now, moving on to features of the Stirling engine. You can see this part spins. You have this part which goes out, propelling that little metal-looking arm piece there. You have this part, and when it spins, this comes down, bringing new colder air up there that gets heated up and pushes it backwards because the air expands when it's heated. Now this piece here, have to look here. This uses momentum. This little piece here. If this was just a circle, it wouldn't have worked. Or even if it was balanced, it wouldn't have worked. You really need that extra weight there, so it has enough momentum to continue spinning. Now, obviously, it is not spinning right now, so I should try to fix that. So, bring in this little vial of alcohol. It's rubbing alcohol. So what I do is just pour it in the vial and you light it, and use a candle. You can use pretty much any flammable liquid for this vial method. But traditionally they could use coal. They could use a variety of things to get this thing running. Now, one of the things is I'm going to first move that so we can get some nice hot air heated up. And yeah, so now, in a moment, when the air is heated up enough, we spin it, because you just need a bit of a kickstart, kind of like a combustion engine, but it's not necessarily a combustion engine since it runs on air and not fuel. Well, it's fuel in this case, but some sort of heat source. Okay. Now, just waiting a few minutes. And then, hopefully, this will be able to... here we are. Now you can see it's vibrating and moving this entire setup. I made a 7-minute video of this running with just a teeny bit of alcohol. This one can easily run for 40 minutes with just that small vial. Producing a fair amount of heat. This part here gets very hot. It's already quite spicy there. Now the Stirling engine, this one specifically, there's some that can go on top of ice coolers and whatnot that turn. Yes, it can run off coal. I know it sounds strange, but it works. It runs off coldness. Well, it actually runs off the temperature gradient difference. So yeah, technically it can, in simple terms, run off coldness. I'm not sure if you can hear me under the sound of this motor, but when I was making a 7-minute video of it going, it actually vibrated off the screen. So it has plenty of power, it's moving quite quickly. Let me just put the edge of this lighter just slightly up against this wheel, and I'll show you. This is not even the weight of the lighter. Just disables the entire system really, really quickly. Now, I think that was one of the problems that it experienced. So it can turn fast if you have the right setup, but one of the things it really lacks is torque. You really can't get these things to have a lot of torque. They can be stopped extremely easily. So everyone back in the day was like, oh man, these are the biggest deal. They're going to revolutionize Industrial Revolution and all of that. But honestly, not really. They were mainly just used for, getting water out of mines, as actually steam engines were used a lot for. So it was just kind of not very good. It didn't work as well for that reason. Now what I have here is actually a factory where they're producing steam turbines. This is the oldest picture that I could find on Jam. But yeah, these steam turbines, like if some sort of steam burst or vented like that, they're so thin, the metal plates, they could just fly out, shrapnel all over. Don't really want to think about it. So yeah, those actually seem to be quite dangerous looking at the insides of them. So yeah, this is a factory where they produce steam turbines. Now, I was thinking that these specifically, these are the better example, personally, I think they're a better example of a Stirling engine, which I unfortunately didn't have for this video. So they better represent the temperature gradient difference in how they're powered. So you can power it with cold. So the top metal, you can see there are two metal plates. The top metal plate would be hot or cold. But you have to have a difference. So cold on top, hot on the bottom. And you can just do it with room temperature, whatever. You could even power it with cold, being cold powered. So you can put something really cold under it, and it would make the metal plate cold. Obviously, wouldn't work as well as heat in most cases, obviously, but it definitely would work, and I find that really really interesting. So they it's like I've seen these things before. You can power them with a hot cup of tea. Just leave it to the British to make a tea-powered engine. Like, I find that amazing, and I absolutely love it. And I need to make a tea-powered engine locomotive or something like that in the future. So, yeah. And the next thing I want to talk about is submarines. Yeah, submarines with Stirling engines doesn't really quite work, except it kind of does. So I was scrolling the internet while researching for this video, and I found a plan someone made to make a Stirling engine submarine. Now, their idea was... Now, when a submarine's going through water, very cold water, maybe the Arctic or wherever, water generally is cold, and there's so much heat inside of the submarine, and you can't really get rid of it because of the engines and whatnot. So they decided that, you know what, just throw a Stirling engine on, you can make a Stirling engine powered submarine. Like, I see what they mean. Like, it could work, but... yeah, I don't know. So this is their model that they've designed that's going to come up, and it is the prototype for the Stirling engine-powered submarine. Right here. So now the Stirling engine-powered submarine is ridiculous. It would never actually work, but I love the idea. Now, I'm going to have to close this to say... thank you for watching the video. I know it was pretty rambly and long. So, yeah. See you next time.